Wow, what is Better Bee charging for honeybees this year, 2021? Let's look. Their overwinter nucleus colony, $250. A package, $140. And then a spring nucleus colony, $193. $250. Oh my God. It's Saturday morning, and the reason why I went online, I wanted to see if I could order some pollen patty, but they're sold out. This is the pollen patty I had from last year that I had in reserve. And what I did was I took it out of the box, I took a knife and a cutting board, and I cut it in half. That's first what I do with a knife. And then I cut this in half, and then I cut each piece in half, and then I take and I roll it. Now I do this outside. This has to be cold, about 30 degrees or so. You can't do it when it's warm. It just gets gooey and messy. It sticks to your knife. I rolled it, and then I took out my plug here, the hole, and these are usually about the same size as the hole. So you quickly shove it in there. Well, not real quick, but nice and slow. But the bees can't come out while you're shoving this in. And then as soon as you get it in there, you plug it right back up. Now, in the previous video, I had stated that my colonies, I had estimated the colonies worth $150 each. And I did lose a colony the other day. It got cold out, and it got cold in here enough that this colony here, 117, got cold and chilled. And they weren't able to move around. There was still honey in there. They couldn't move around, and they had issues since October. I don't know if it's virosis. And then, well, anyway, they were in a cluster. They couldn't move to the honey. They ate all the honey where they were, and they starved, and they froze, and that was the end of that colony. So I lost one colony. And I don't know if they died before I turned up the heat, but I realized because it was cold out, I turned up the heat in here. And these colonies here, yesterday the sun was shining, these colonies here got warm. It got 70 degrees in here, and I don't really want it that warm. But I turned up the heat during the night to keep these colonies in the window warm. And it causes problems. The only thing I can think of that would solve my problem is if I had two rooms. One for the small colonies in the window where I could have the heat on all the time, and then another separate room where the larger colonies would be in that room and the heat wouldn't be on, and they would still be warmer in here than they would be outside. My colonies outside are doing just fine. I went through this morning and I gave them all pollen patty, and I've got two in the window there, and I want to show you those. These colonies here are in my house. I ran out of room in my bee room, and they have been really well behaved. I can't say is that if bees are warm to eat more honey, or if there's a certain temperature where bees don't eat very much honey. My theory is when they're warm, they don't need to generate heat to stay warm, and they consume less. But if they're cold, they got to generate heat, and they got to consume the honey. And this is what they look like. They're on the pollen already. Now we got to gather up the bees. My wife is highly allergic to them. I gotta gather them up, and I'm gonna end the video now. Okay, thank you.